uncovering ancient mysteries, a journey through time. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into some of the most mind-blowing archaeological mysteries from around the world, starting with the incredible sites of ancient China. These places are packed with secrets that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about human history. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's explore these ancient wonders together, as if we're sitting down for a chat over coffee. Ready? Let's go! The Yangshan Quarry, a stone that defies imagination. Picture this. Just outside Nanjing, China, there's a massive quarry called Yangshan that's home to one of the most jaw-dropping archaeological finds ever. We're talking about a gigantic megalith, a single stone block that weighs a staggering 16,000 tons. To put that in perspective, the biggest stone at Baalbek in Lebanon is around 1,200 tons. This Yangshan stone is like the heavyweight champion of ancient stonework, dwarfing anything we've ever seen. What's wild is that ancient builders tried to carve this monster out of the mountainside. The cuts on the stone? Razor straight, smooth as glass, with edges so crisp you'd think they were made yesterday. No sloppy work here. These folks knew exactly what they were doing. Researchers have even found large square holes at the base, likely used to slot in wooden beams or specialized tools to try and move this beast. It's clear the Yangshan crew wasn't just hacking away at rock. They had a meticulous plan to quarry and transport this colossal block. But here's where it gets weird. The stone has these odd knobs sticking out, kind of like handles or markers. Nobody's sure what they're for, but you can find similar knobs at megalithic sites as far away as Peru and Egypt. Something they were used to tie ropes for moving the stones, while others wonder if they're a clue to some ancient building technique shared across the globe. And the big question, how on earth did they plan to move a 16,000-ton stone? Even today's biggest cranes would struggle with that kind of weight. Were the Yangshan builders working with some lost technology we can't even fathom? Then there's the fact that this massive stone was left unfinished, like something big interrupted the project. Was it a natural disaster? A war? Nobody knows, but the Yangshan Quarry stands as a silent testament to a civilization that pushed the limits of what we think is possible. It's a place that makes you wonder if we've lost a huge piece of our history under centuries of dust. Longyou Caves, a subterranean enigma. Let's shift gears to Zhejiang Province, China, where in 1992, some villagers stumbled upon something straight out of a sci-fi movie. While draining ancient fish ponds, they found stone steps leading deep underground. After days of pumping out water, they uncovered a massive man-made cave system, 24 enormous caverns, all carved by hand thousands of years ago. These caves are unreal. The floors and ceilings are almost perfectly flat. The walls are smooth, and the sloping surfaces are cut at precise 45-degree angles. The marks on the walls are all uniform, carved at a consistent 60-degree angle, showing a level of precision that's just wild. And here's the kicker. Despite China's obsession with record-keeping, there's not a single mention of these caves in any historical texts. Who built them? Why? It's like they appeared out of nowhere. The scale is staggering. Millions of tons of stone were carved out, enough to build a small city. But when scientists looked around, they couldn't find any rubble or debris from the excavation. Where did all that stone go? It's like it vanished into thin air, which is nuts compared to modern mining sites where debris piles are everywhere. The Longyou Caves aren't alone either. Similar mysterious cave systems, like the Huashan Caves near the Yellow River, pop up across China, all with intricate designs and signs of advanced craftsmanship. No records, no waste material, just mind-boggling skill that feels way ahead of its time. Were these caves shelters? Temples? Storage? The purpose, the builders, and why the work stopped are some of the biggest unanswered questions in archaeology today. Longyou Caves, China's ancient underground city. Now, let's head northwest of Beijing to the Longyou Caves, discovered in 1984. This isn't just a cave system, it's a full-on underground city carved into solid granite, the largest of its kind in China. We're talking 117 caves with about 350 rooms, spread over 25 acres. That's like a quarter of a small American town, all hidden beneath the mountains. The layout screams careful planning. Some caves are big enough for whole families, others are cozy for individuals or couples. There are stone staircases linking different levels, and get this, an underground drainage system to keep the place from flooding during the rainy season. You've got rooms supported by sturdy stone columns, making them both solid and well ventilated. At the heart of it all is a small stone temple with finely carved pillars and a big stone bed in the center, showing off some serious architectural know-how. But here's the mystery. Despite all this effort, there's no clear evidence anyone lived here long-term. Was it a refuge for a community? A secret hideout for a religious sect? Maybe even a prison for some ancient dynasty? Nobody knows, and there's no solid historical record to back up any theory. Estimates peg the caves at 1,000 to 2,000 years old, maybe from the late Tang dynasty or the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period. But some experts think it could be way older, possibly tied to a lost civilization with techniques we don't fully understand. The Longyou Caves are a testament to human ingenuity, a place where you can almost feel the creativity and hard work of the people who built it. Yet, it's also a reminder of how much we still don't know about our past. China's hidden pyramids, a forbidden mystery. Let's wrap up this part with one of the most secretive finds in China, the ancient pyramids of Shaanxi province. Thanks to satellite imagery and reports from Western explorers, we know there are over 200 pyramids scattered across central China. The biggest, called the White Pyramid, towers at 300 meters, almost twice the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Building something like that would have taken around 50 million tons of stone, which is just bonkers. What's crazy is how little we know about them. Local authorities keep these sites under tight control, banning excavation and even encouraging locals to plant trees on them to blend them into the landscape. Historical records barely mention these pyramids, which is weird for a culture that documented everything. When you look at aerial images, you notice something spooky. These pyramids are laid out like the Giza cluster in Egypt or Teotihuacan in Mexico, aligned with astronomical precision. Many point directly toward the Orion constellation, with angles matching the Earth's axial precession, a cycle that takes tens of thousands of years to complete. That's knowledge you'd expect from a civilization with serious astronomical chops. Some researchers even think the stone for these pyramids might have come from cave systems like Longyou or Huashan, since the volume of excavated stone matches what you'd need for the pyramids. It's a tantalizing theory, but we've got no hard proof yet. These pyramids are a puzzle, challenging everything we think we know about ancient construction and maybe even hinting at connections between civilizations across the world. Culture bringers, the gods who shaped civilization. Have you ever noticed how every ancient culture has stories about mysterious figures who showed up out of nowhere, dropped some serious knowledge, and then vanished? It's like the universe sent teachers to give humanity a head start. In Mesopotamia, they had the Apkala half-human, half-fish sages sent by the god Enki to teach people the basics of civilization, like farming and writing. These weren't just wise guys, they were seen as protectors guiding humanity through its chaotic early days. Over in Egypt, meet Thoth, the ibis-headed god who was basically the Og of knowledge. He's credited with inventing hieroglyphs, teaching the Egyptians how to build pyramids, track time, and keep the cosmic order through rituals. You'll see his image all over ancient reliefs and papyrus scrolls, a reminder of the guy who laid the groundwork for one of history's greatest civilizations. Then there's Central America, where the Aztecs and Toltecs talked about Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. This guy supposedly sailed in from the east on a snake-shaped boat, teaching people how to grow maize, use metal tools, and craft intricate calendars. After his mission, he vanished, but his teachings stuck around for generations. And in China, the Yellow Emperor takes the spotlight. He's the legendary figure who taught people to build houses, forge bronze, make bows and arrows, grow rice, write, and even develop medicine. Pretty much every major achievement in ancient China gets tied back to him. Here's the wild part. Some researchers think these culture bringer stories might be memories of a real group of people, maybe an advanced civilization whose deeds got mythologized into godlike figures. The similarities across cultures from Mesopotamia to Mesoamerica make you wonder, were these just legends, or is there a deeper connection we haven't uncovered yet? It's one of those mysteries that keeps archaeologists and history buffs up at night. Ancient Japan. Alien tales and divine ancestors. Let's hop over to Japan, where the mysteries get a little otherworldly. One of the oldest and most famous stories is the Taketori Monogatari, or the tale of Princess Kaguya. It's about a bamboo cutter who finds a glowing bamboo stalk with a tiny girl inside. She grows into a beautiful woman named Kaguya, only to reveal she's from the moon and has to return there in a vehicle of light. Sounds like a fairy tale, right? But some folks think it's a hint that ancient humans might have encountered extraterrestrial beings. A moon princess in a glowing ship? That's some sci-fi stuff right there. Then there's the Utsuro Bune incident from 1803 in Hitachi province. Fishermen found a strange, round boat washed ashore with a mysterious red-haired woman inside, dressed in bizarre clothes and carrying a box with unreadable markings. She didn't speak Japanese, and no one could figure out where she came from. Modern researchers have compared this to UFO sightings, noting how the boat and her outfit sound a lot like artistic depictions of spaceships. Coincidence? Maybe. Japanese Shinto myths add more fuel to the fire. The kami supernatural beings who came from the heavens are said to have brought advanced knowledge to Earth. Some legends even claim Japan's first emperors were descendants of these sky-born kami, carrying divine blood. The mix of divine ancestry and tales of otherworldly visitors makes you wonder if Japan's ancient history hides some unexplained encounters. These stories weave a tapestry that's equal parts mystical and intriguing, leaving us to ponder what really went down centuries ago. Mount Nokogiri. Japan's Saw Mountain mystery. Now, let's head to Chiba Prefecture in Japan to check out Mount Nokogiri, nicknamed Saw Mountain for a reason. This place is a megalithic marvel with long, sharp cuts across its rock face that look like a giant took a blade to it. These cuts stretch from the base to the summit, forming stone walls nearly 100 feet high. And get this, they're flat, smooth, and almost perfectly square, with no rough edges you'd expect from primitive tools. Historical records say the Japanese started quarrying here during the Edo period, around the 17th to 19th centuries, using basic hammers and chisels. But the precision of these cuts, they don't match up with what those tools could do. The surfaces are too smooth, the lines too straight, like something you'd see from modern machinery. This has led some to speculate that Mount Nokogiri was a quarry long before the Edo period, maybe even in prehistoric times, built by a civilization with tech we can't even imagine. Compare these cuts to places like Puma Punku in Bolivia or the Yangshan Quarry in China, and you'll see eerie similarities. If these marks are prehistoric, it flips everything we know about ancient stonework on its head. The towering vertical walls create natural labyrinths in the forest, and building them with just primitive tools would have taken an insane amount of manpower. Could an advanced ancient civilization have left this as their legacy? Mount Nokogiri's not just a pretty hike, it's a puzzle that challenges our understanding of history. Buddhist masterpieces and ancient secrets at Nokogiri. While you're at Mount Nokogiri, you'll stumble across something else that'll blow your mind: the Nihonji Daibutsu, a massive 31-meter tall Buddhist statue carved right into the mountain. It's one of Japan's biggest, and it's not alone. Over 1,500 smaller Reikan statues depicting the Buddha's disciples are scattered across the slopes. These are tucked into greenery, hidden under trees, or nestled against cliffs, each one carved with incredible detail and devotion. Most of these Buddhist works were built during the Edo period, a time when religious art was booming in Japan. But here's the twist. Researchers think the Edo artisans might have built on top of something much older. The statues are carved into pre-existing cliff faces and massive rock structures, suggesting the Japanese weren't the first to shape this mountain. Could they have inherited ancient stonework from a lost civilization and turned it into their own Buddhist masterpieces? It's like Nokogiri is a canvas layered with centuries of secrets, blending Edo artistry with mysteries we're still trying to crack. Ishi no Hoden, Japan's floating stonelets kick things off in Takasago, Hyogo Prefecture, Japan, with a megalith that's straight-up magical Ishi no Hoden, or the floating stone. This 500-ton beast is carved into a near-perfect cube with sharp corners and polished surfaces, sitting in the middle of a pond. The way it's positioned makes it look like it's hovering above the water, thanks to an underground spring that keeps the pond clear and cool year-round. Locals swear this water has healing powers and brings good luck to anyone who visits. So, what's the deal with this stone? Some think it's an ancient energy device, powered by the water flowing beneath it. Others say it was a sacred site for rituals tied to water and rebirth. There's even a wild theory that it's part of a massive machine built by a lost civilization. If you compare it to the Osirian in Egypt, another megalithic site with water running under it, the similarities are uncanny. Both are tied to underground water sources and raise big questions about what ancient people knew about engineering and maybe even spirituality. Standing by Ishi no Hoden, you can feel the sacred vibe. It's like the past and present are colliding, leaving us with more questions than answers. Dogu and reptilian figurines, Japan's ancient aliens. Now, let's talk about something that'll make your imagination run wild: the Dogu figurines from Japan's Jomon period, dating back over 14,000 years. These little clay statues have big heads, wide round eyes, and bodies that look like they're wearing futuristic armor or spacesuits. Found all over Japan, they're from a time when people were just hunters and gatherers. So why are they crafting such weird, detailed figures? Then there are the reptilian figurines from the later Heiwa period, which look a lot like the Ubaid statues from ancient Mesopotamia. Both have elongated heads, scaly skin, and big eyes, kinda like our modern idea of aliens. The fact that these show up in different cultures with no known contact is wild. Were ancient people sculpting memories of extraterrestrial visitors? Or maybe they shared some universal knowledge about beings from another time or place? These figurines aren't just art, they're a puzzle that makes you question if our history is bigger than we've been told. The Anunnaki city in Africa. A 200-year-old enigma. Let's head to southern Africa, where archaeologists found something that could rewrite history. An ancient city that might be over 200,000 years old. We're talking stone walls, some circular, some irregular, stretching across a remote area that nobody paid much attention to until recently. For years, locals thought these were just old farm ruins, but then they realized this region was once crawling with gold mines. Here's where it gets spicy. Some researchers tied the city to the Anunnaki, the sky gods from Sumerian myths. These legends say the Anunnaki came to Earth to mine gold, maybe even creating humans as a labor force using advanced tech. Sounds like sci-fi, right? Mainstream archaeologists call it a stretch, pointing out that the ruins are eroded and hard to study, with no solid proof of alien tech. Still, the idea of a city this old, way older than places like Uruk or ancient Egypt, makes you wonder what we're missing about our past. Whether it's a forgotten civilization or something wilder, this place keeps the mystery alive. The Black Knight satellite. A cosmic conspiracy. Now, let's blast into space with one of the weirdest stories of the 20th century, the Black Knight satellite. This legend started in 1899 when Nikola Tesla picked up strange radio signals during experiments in Colorado Springs. He thought they might be from beyond Earth, and this was before satellites even existed. Fast forward to 1928, a Norwegian engineer named Jørgen Hals caught similar signals with odd delays, sparking talk of an orbiting object. By 1954, UFO researcher Donald Keyhoe claimed the U.S. Air Force spotted two unidentified objects in Earth's orbit, years before any country launched a satellite. The story exploded in 1998 when NASA's Space Shuttle Endeavour snapped a photo of a black, metallic object floating in space. Some called it the Black Knight, proof of an alien device. NASA, though, said it was just a thermal blanket that floated away during a spacewalk. Scientists chalk up the old radio signals to natural phenomena or equipment glitches, but the legend lives on in UFO circles. Is it a cosmic cover-up or just a mix-up? After 120 years, we're still debating. The Gebelin Man. A 500-year-old murder mystery. Let's travel to southern Egypt, where in 1896, archaeologists found the Gebelin Man, a mummy from around 3500 BC. Unlike the embalmed pharaohs, this guy was preserved naturally by the desert's heat and sand. He's been chilling in the British Museum for over a century, but modern tech revealed something chilling: a deep stab wound in his shoulder and back, breaking his shoulder blade. Experts say this 18 to 21-year-old was likely murdered, stabbed from behind with a sharp weapon. Wrapped in simple linen and buried in a shallow grave, the Gebelin Man is a snapshot of ancient violence. His story shows that even 5,000 years ago, life could be brutal, and his perfectly preserved body lets us peek into a tragedy that's still a mystery. Who killed him? Why? It's like an ancient true crime episode we'll never fully solve. The Guian Sword. China's timeless blade. In 1965, archaeologists in Hubei province, China, dug up a 200-year-old sword that's straight out of a legend, the Guian Sword, tied to King Guian of Yi from the 5th century BC. Found in a sealed wooden box next to a skeleton, this bronze and tin blade was so sharp it cut an archaeologist's finger during excavation. No rust, no corrosion, just a pristine edge that could slice paper like it was forged yesterday. The sword's hilt has 8 ancient Chinese characters confirming it belonged to King Guian, and its surface has a thin antioxidation layer that's kept it flawless despite being buried in damp, sulfur-rich soil. Scientists still can't replicate that tech today. Now a national treasure in the Hubei Provincial Museum, this Excalibur of the East is proof of ancient craftsmanship that's light years ahead of its time. The 10 Plagues of Egypt. Nature or miracle? You've probably heard of the Bible's 10 Plagues of Egypt: rivers turning to blood, frogs everywhere, locusts, darkness, and more. For centuries, these were seen as divine punishments, but scientists have a theory tied to the Santorini volcano eruption around 1600 BC. Ash and toxic gases from this massive eruption could have hit Egypt, turning the Nile red with cinnabar minerals, driving frogs onto land, and sparking insect swarms. Contaminated water and grass could have killed livestock, caused skin diseases, and blocked the sun, while poisoned food might explain the death of the firstborn, who ate first, an ancient Egyptian custom. It's not airtight proof, but this theory gives a natural spin to a legendary story. Whether you lean towards science or miracles, the 10 Plagues still captivate anyone who loves history and the raw power of nature. Ravana's Mummy. Sri Lanka's epic mystery. In Sri Lanka, the Ramayana epic tells of Ravana, the demon king of Lanka, whose body was supposedly preserved in a mountain cave 1,000 feet up. Legend says his corpse was coated in a mysterious resin that kept it intact for thousands of years, tucked away with a treasure guarded by venomous snakes and mythical creatures. Some tales describe an 18-foot-long coffin covered in strange symbols, surrounded by gold and gems, protected by deadly traps. Despite countless expeditions, no one's found this cave or Ravana's mummy. Scientists and adventurers keep searching, but all they've got are local stories and folklore. This tale isn't just about a body, it's a symbol of the Ramayana's blend of myth, magic, and mystery that still grips Sri Lanka's imagination. The Fosse d'Ain Spring. France's unfathomable waters in northwest France. The Fosse d'Ain Spring pumps out 311 liters of water per second, year-round, no matter the weather. Used by Romans for water and rituals, and later by Celts as a sacred site, its source remains a total mystery. Modern tech chemical tests, geological surveys can't pinpoint where the water comes from. Local legends call it a gateway to the afterlife, guarded by a giant serpent. Divers have died trying to explore its dark, underwater tunnels, and even a 2019 expedition to 230 feet found nothing but more questions. Phosdian is a reminder that some secrets stay hidden, no matter how hard we search. Derinkuyu, Turkey's underground city in Turkey's Cappadocia region. The underground city of Derinkuyu, about 3,000 years old, is a marvel. Carved by hand, it's got tunnels, living quarters, kitchens and wells, some layers 60 feet deep. Early Christians hid here from persecution, and later, Muslims used it during wars. Hidden entrances and intact stone steps show how cleverly it was built to keep people safe. Even today, parts remain unexcavated, hinting at more secrets below. Derinkuyu is a testament to human survival and a puzzle that keeps archaeologists hooked. The anti-gravity jars of Kurogiri, India. In Kurogiri, southern India, 300-year-old ceramic jars defy logic. These anti-gravity jars hold water even when flipped upside down, thanks to a clever internal design of tubes and funnels that stops air from entering and keeps the water in. Only 12 of the original 100-plus varieties survive, preserved in Indian museums. No moving parts, just pure craftsmanship that modern potters can't replicate. These jars are a tribute to the genius of ancient artisans and a mystery that still baffles scientists studying fluid dynamics. Sangsingdui Civilization. China's alien artifacts in 1986, Sichuan Province, China, revealed the Sangsingdui culture, 3,000 to 5,000 years old, with artifacts unlike anything in Chinese history. Giant bronze masks with bulging eyes, 3-meter-tall human statues, and gold and jade objects show insane skill. The masks with flared ears and stern expressions don't match any known Chinese culture. Many artifacts were burnt or smashed before burial, hinting at a catastrophe or a ritual. No text mentions Sangsingdui, making it a standalone mystery that challenges everything we know about ancient China. Oni no Seken and Oni no Moneta. Japan's demon stones. In Japan's Asuka region, 2 stones, Oni no Seken demon's wash basin and Oni no Moneta demon's chopping board, carry creepy legends. The flat, wide Seken was supposedly where demons washed their faces at sunrise, while the Moneta was where they sharpened knives or prepared grim feasts. Their surfaces have deep, straight cuts that look too precise for ancient tools, sparking theories of advanced tech or ritual altars. These stones blend folklore with archaeological puzzles, keeping Asuka's mysteries alive. Giant stone coffins and carved knobs, a global connection? In Asuka's Myama Coffin tumulus, you'll find massive stone coffins with polished surfaces and strange knobs sticking out. These knobs show up on megaliths in China's Yangshan Quarry, Peru's Sacsayhuaman, and Egypt's pyramids. Were they for lifting stones, part of a ritual, or something else? The fact that they're found across continents hints at shared ancient knowledge we don't fully understand. These coffins are a reminder that some secrets of the past are still waiting to be cracked. Keimishi, the turtle stone legend also in Asuka. The Keimishi, or turtle stone, looks like a giant turtle with a carved shell and legs. Local lore says if it ever turns west, a massive flood will sink Japan. Some think it was an ancient disaster warning system, maybe tied to magnetic fields or natural signs. Beyond its practical use, it's a symbol of resilience, standing firm through centuries and reminding us of humanity's deep connection to nature. That's a wrap on our journey through the world's ancient mysteries. From floating stones to lost civilizations, these stories make you wonder what else is out there waiting to be uncovered. If you loved this adventure, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what mysteries you want to explore next. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next video for more epic discoveries.